everybody, sit back, enjoy the video. I'm going to be playing Crucible while talking about the April 12th update. So, this Crucible match isn't going to last nearly as long as the amount of information that is going to be released for the April 12th update. So right now it is April 6th, and we are going to be talking about all of the information all the way up to today. Which means this is all the information that Bungie has announced, and we are going to talk about it in a simplified manner, and then I'm going to take this video and break it down into multiple videos later on the channel to discuss each topic more broadly and more detailed. Now in this video it's going to be Crucible gameplay only, no photos, no extra video content, so stay tuned for the other videos that are going to be more of a detailed aspect of each one of these topics. First topic I want to talk to you guys about is the Zen Meteor. The Zen Meteor is going to be a exotic that's only going to be released to PlayStation content users, which means that it is a PlayStation exclusive. And the cool thing about this exotic is it is an awesome looking sniper rifle. That's the only thing we know about it thus far, though. Bungie hasn't really told us anything more about this except for the picture that they gave us and the description that they gave us of the weapon. It is Zen Meteor, it's a sniper rifle, and it's exotic, and it's only going to be for PlayStation users. Now, this being said, I think there's going to be some other exotics that are going to be released to this DLC that are going to be new. They just haven't been announced yet. If PlayStation gets an exotic, normally there's also an exotic that will accompany Xbox users as well. With this, I also want to announce PoE. PoE Prison of Elders is going to have a huge update, and that's the majority of this update, to be honest. Prison of Elders is going to get two new modes, two new levels, which is 40, 41, and there's also going to be a challenge mode. The challenge mode to the Prison of Elders is going to allow you to get weapons and armor based on the number of points that you get, and when you complete the challenge mode of that week, you won't have to do it again. If you don't complete the challenge mode in your first run through of Prison of Elders, you have all week to do it over and over again until you do get the weapons and the armor. Also, Prison of Elders has some new weapons and armor being released, and the one specific set is going to be the Taken armor. This Taken armor, if you collect all pieces of the armor on one character, you will then be able to unlock in your account a Taken Jitter emote. This Taken Jitter emote will be able to be picked up from the Tess Everest Trading Company for you guys to put on your character with your Taken armor. Now, if you have an emote for the Taken, and you also have the armor for the Taken, you do have the weapons for the Taken as well. There is going to be a release of a set of Taken weapons, or weapons that look Taken, including the Taken sword that I'm going to be going over in another gameplay video later. This Taken sword is really awesome, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. It looks way better in aspect and in design than the other swords on the channel, and also the other swords in Destiny. With this, there's also the Taken shotgun that has been shown, and those are the only two weapons as of right now that we have seen, the Taken sword and the Taken shotgun. There's also other sets of armor that's going to be released through the PoE or through the Tess Everest Trading Company that you can buy with silver, and these armor sets are going to only be defense level 3. Now, with this being said, yes, they are low level defense. They do have perks on them, and they are worth getting. The only thing is they have really low levels, which is going to bring down your light level overall. But this can be fixed, and I will explain that momentarily. With the PoE update, we also see the return of all of the armor and weapons from PoE in Year 1. That means that the Drake's Promise, the Queensbreaker bow, and the Lord of Wolf shotgun is going to be returning, which means that you guys can get your exotics from probably the exotic vendor in the tower if you've already received the Year 1 versions of this and kept them in your vault. Once the update drops, you should be able to just purchase them. Also, you will see all of the Fallen armor drop again in PoE, except this time it's going to be able to reach light level 335. That also means that there's an increase of light level to 335 from 320 in the Taken King DLC. And we will also see Taken enemies in the PoE instead of just the Vex, Cabal, Fallen, and Hive. We will be seeing Taken in the new versions of the Prison of Elders, and this is going to make Prison of Elders that much difficult. But it is going to be a nice update in the least, and we are going to be excited to see all of the new content be released. Now, there's also going to be a release of a new Taken Ghost that you can get in PoE because of the Taken update and all of the Taken exotics and all of the Taken armor and weapons that are coming out. We will be able to see this new Taken Ghost. Now, there's also a huge update to the other vendors in the tower, and I want to announce this in the vendors themselves. The Vanguard is going to have a huge update where you can get a lot of the Year 1 weapons from the Vanguard originally. One of the weapons that would stand out particularly is the Shadow Price. I really like this auto rifle and I really loved it in Crucible and I can't wait to see it come back. Another one would be the Zombie Apocalypse machine gun, the LDR 5001, and the Longbow Synthesis sniper rifles. These weapons I really liked seeing in the Crucible as well as PvE, and the PvP event players are probably going to be excited to see this as well return. And I would also like to see several other weapons return, and those are also returning, and I cannot wait to release those contents on another video. Also, there is going to be a release to an update of the Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, the House of Judgment, and the Future War Cult. And this is the vendors for Varix, for Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, and Future War Cult vendors. This is going to be an increase in the armor, an increase in the weapons, new armor, and also a release for new sparrows. There is going to be a sparrow for each one, and that means that you can purchase new sparrows representing your favorite factions. In the Crucible, in the world, no matter where you are, you will always be able to rep the actual faction that you have been a part of the entire game that you've started. That means I'm going to be repping Dead Orbit. Just saying, everybody. Another thing that I would like to talk about is the stuff that's going to be released for actually repping your factions. Factions' reputation gains is going to be increased. That means that all of the reputation that you get from quests, bounties, anything that you do for your factions themselves, motes of light, all of this is going to increase the reputation gain, and you will actually be able to represent your factions and level them up a lot faster than you were ever before. This is going to help you get certain items, weapons, and armor that you haven't been able to unlock before. This is also going to help you finish that pesky little quest bounty where you try to get your exotic faction's actual class item. These class items were really hard to get before, and it took you a long time and a lot of motes of light, but now it should actually be pretty easy to get all three on each character, Titan, Warlock, and Hunter. And it's also going to be easy to represent all the factions all at once by switching in and out of each faction and leveling them up. This is going to be a good change because it's going to allow players to get all of the items in the game a little bit faster than what it was before without the long grind. Yes, it is still going to be a grind, but it's going to be that much easier. Another thing that I would like to announce is the update to the April 12th update for some new enhancements to PvP and PvE to make it a little easier for players to actually play the game. It's going to be exciting to actually see a couple of the guns nerfed, a couple of the stuff nerfed, and everything else. There's also going to be the new release for exotics, more exotics from Year 1 previously, and that means all the exotics from Year 1 are going to be released to Year 2 except the Thorn and the Galahorn. Yes, you've seen that coming, guys. There's no Year 2 Galahorn, there's no Year 2 Thorn. It's not going to happen, and it's never going to happen. I hope you guys understand that, and I hope you guys actually knew that was going to happen because it is a thing. No year 2 Galahorn, no year 2 Thorn. It's going to be too overpowered, and there's going to be a bunch of other stuff that you're going to be able to run anyway, and I really don't want to see everybody in the game constantly running those two guns and only those two guns. And that was a thing in year 1. It was a problem, and it was a disease that the game has finally gotten rid of, and it's nice because we get to see all these nice weapons pop up underneath the fray, and everybody learning how to use different weapons that are possibly going to change the gameplay. Galahorn, too overpowered. Let's get rid of it. Let's wipe it off the map. Okay, so back to this April 12th update. All of the information leading up to right now is basically as is. The PoE is getting a huge update. Vanguard Quartermasters, Vanguard Armories, the New Monarchy, Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, and also the House of Judgment are getting huge updates. There's going to be a huge update to the PoE adding new armor. Also, the existing old armor and weapons is going to be upgraded to year 2. The new exotics are going to be upgraded to year 2. The old exotics from year 1 are going to be upgraded to year 2 except for the Galahorn and the Thorn. There's going to be some new sparrows in each vendor. There's going to be new class items. There's going to be new taken armor and weapons. There's going to be a taken emote if you get all of the pieces of the taken armor. And that is the full April update, guys. That is the full April update as we know of right now. That is subject to change because there is still one more live stream before the week is over and before the DLC is actually dropped. And there's plenty of information that I guarantee you Bungie is not telling us. But as of right now, that is the April update in a whole. I will be breaking down all of this information into separate content videos for you guys. But as of right now, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Me and Adi went pretty well in that gameplay. It was a fun gameplay to do. We didn't do as great as we normally do, but hey, what not. But this is Hunter and Violent Privilege. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the gameplay. But yes, there will be more content released on the channel of this information. Stay tuned for that. If you haven't, subscribe for future content. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Blade Dance. Oh, Blade Dance is almost dead.
I got him.
Oh, he's dead now.